All right, so the recording has started.
All right, hello.
I'm gonna explain to you that a lot of the names, the original names, are
Mm-hmm.
copyrighted as they're named after songs or groups or people or things like that, so they get localized into something else.
All
Okay?
right.
So if they have the same name, they're not gonna have any quotes, and the stand is gonna be capitalized if they have a stand. And so basically, what I'm gonna want you to do is just give me a raw reaction to every character, maybe give them a little backstory, and think of a really stupid name based on that.
All right.
Something like that. Alright, so let's start. There we go. Okay, part one. Here we go. First character. What's your
JoJo.
thoughts?
I don't know. Thick man, thick arms.
Thick
A
arms?
true gentleman has to be brave enough.
Do you think he's brave
Uh,
enough?
I don't know. In that picture with the captions, not really, but like he's posing over there, so he looks pretty brave. He's got like one of like the original Tomb Raider like polygon titties going on. Uh, like some Zelda boots.
Okay.
Uh, Waluigi fan for sure on the left there.
Absolutely.
All
Absolutely a
right.
Waluigi fan.
Mm-hmm.
This is Jonathan Joestar.
Ah,
He is a JoJo.
good old Johnny.
Yep. All right. Next man.
All right. He looked up how to do card tricks on WikiHow, and he's like 10. And he wants to show his mom, so his mom got him a nice little costume, but he can't do any magic tricks.
All right. Sounds pretty good. This man's is Baron Zeppeli. Teaches Johnny
Ah,
how to do magical sunlight karate.
of course. Uh, this is the older brother who's trying to play along with the magician thing, except this one actually does know how to do magic. This is what's the dude's name? David Copperfield. That's him right here because he's wearing a suit, and that means he knows how to do magic. He
That's
also needs a haircut.
no, he doesn't.
His mom thinks he needs a haircut, but because he's also the older brother, he's rebellious and doesn't want to be seem weak to the little brother, so he doesn't
Okay,
get a haircut.
that makes sense. That makes sense. This is Robert E.O. Speedwagon.
Ah,
I don't really know what else to add. He doesn't really do much. He's
that
a
that's what he calls
minor
his
character.
Volkswagen.
All right, that's all I need from part one. Part two is going to be pretty short too, because yeah, more interesting things can happen in part three.
Crazy. Who do we got here? Uh, all right, all right. So he wants to go hiking, but he's also ready for his day job at the office.
Is that what
He's,
you'd wear
he's
to an
also
office?
well, he's got like a tie, so like I wouldn't wear a tie hiking, but he's also got like a like
Crop
hiker
top?
shit or some shit. I don't know. It must be cold too because he's a scarf, but he must have gotten hot because now his arms are out. Um, he also wants to play with his cat because he's got cat toys. Um, and then the other one looks like that dude from Doctor Stone, who I can't think of right now.
That's Joseph Joestar. He is a
Joseph
JoJo.
Joestar. What a man. Is that because the first name is Joe and the last name is Joe?
Yeah.
Wow. Uh, who is this? This is like Duke Nukem and like Cyborg. It's like Duke Nukem the Terminator, and then he got guns. He's gonna shoot you. That's it. He's not gonna talk to you. You'll just be dead.
he,
That's what I'm gathering from this. But
this
he might
is
adjust his monocle so he can see you better first.
this is one of my
Even though with
favorite
all of this
characters.
with all this tech, I feel like he could adjust his monocle automatically without having to touch it with his grimy gloves.
All right. This man's is Rudolf von Stroheim. He's
Of
definitely
course.
not a Nazi.
That
Part
was a
two
thought.
definitely does not happen around World War II.
Ah, it's Adam Nyhoff. Well, he's like he's I don't know what he's doing. I think he found a bubble blower and now he's daydreaming about it, but he's also in like Siberia apparently. And then he's got the like the Rito headwear so that he doesn't take cold damage in the Uber Mountains.
Yes,
Uh,
yes, indeed.
yeah. What else do we got? He's waving. He's waving hello to someone. Uh,
It's Caesar Zeppeli, our
ah,
kind of side
Caesar.
protagonist who
Is
gets.
this the founder of Little Caesars?
Yes,
He
yes, it is.
he needs to have a talk with Papa John. Is Papa John a Joestar? Papa Jonathan Joestar?
Papa Jonathan Joestar.
His
I'll have to
stand
make
is just
that,
eating 30 pizzas in 40 days.
and then he can shoot the grease. Very good, very good. Here's the token
uh,
women of part two.
all right. This is all the same woman, right?
That is all the same woman. I meant to say
Okay.
woman, not women.
Okay. Um, they like want to make her hot, but they also don't want to make her hot. The- She's like it's like a good soup, but it's a little too hot, so you gotta like cool it down first. That cape's gonna get like caught in something. Uh,
That's her weapon.
I don't like how poofy those sleeves are. It freaks
What?
me out.
That's yep. I didn't notice that, but that there's just kind of a
She also
sleeve
has
there.
like half overalls, but like her tits would poke out if she didn't wear something else, so now she has to wear a shirt under the overalls, and it just kind of is conflicting. She's also wearing sunglasses at night, so that's either just a power move or she's retarded. So I don't know what to think about her.
That's you're gonna love her name. First name Lisa, last name
Uh,
Lisa. It's Lisa Lisa.
what? Why?
Here, here's our main antagonist.
Um, he needs a comb and pants.
Ah,
He should take a trip to Dollar General,
why?
cause so he can buy a comb and pants.
Who buys
Um,
pants at Dollar General?
I don't know. Why aren't pants at Dollar General?
Because they're more than $1.
That's why it's a Dollar General. Not everything's at Dollar General's a dollar.
Ah, you're right. You're right. I'm sorry. I always think
Um,
that Dollar General's a dollar store
oh, I
because of the
dropped my rubber
dollar.
band. This is so
Oh,
sad.
this is so sad.
Okay. He seems to have a sharp thing attached to his wrist. If he's not careful, he might cut himself. He
No,
shouldn't
that's
run with
just
it.
him. That's
Oh, that's just him.
yeah, that's just part of him.
Oh,
Yeah.
okay.
It's actually not one blade, it's actually a bunch of little blades going really fast. It's like a chainsaw.
Ah, my
Yeah.
bad.
Okay, so this is Cars with a
Um,
K.
of course.
Yeah.
Okay.
He's a
All
pillar
right.
man.
He is a pillar man.
You want to see?
That's the Aztec dubstep, am I right?
That's the Aztec dubstep people
Okay,
when they come
cool.
out of the wall. Here's another pillar man. He's not. Yeah, he's pretty cool, but he's kind of there. He's not really the main pillar man. So I
I
only
could
have
set
two
a pizza on
pictures.
top of his head and it wouldn't slide off. Uh,
You're right.
Big circles and slightly smaller circle on the lip. His
Yep.
the tattoo on his face looks like the symbol from that one meme, except I see now that it's connected on his forehead, so it no longer does.
What? What?
The JoJo meme where it's like the purple thing and it's around. I don't know what it's called.
Okay.
I don't know, man.
Just so you know, the on the picture on the right, the little things hanging down from his forehead. Yeah, he can just
Oh, he
rock
likes
his head
Simon
really
Belmont.
fast, and they block bullets.
Of
Of
course.
course. Yeah, he
Why
does
did the
that once.
tattoo change color and his eyes? The
JoJo
eyes in
JoJo's really
tattoos
likes
swapped
to.
colors.
They like to change the color palette a lot in the middle of the scene. Gives it some emphasis. This is Wamu. Or I think in Japanese he might actually just be called Wham, but we're not gonna talk
Wham.
about that. Yeah, might be copyrighted. It's a band.
White
I think.
ass men.
Wide ass man. All right. Here's another pillar man. He's the last pillar man.
It appears that his thigh plates are sewn onto his thighs, and oh, the other ones too. I just gravitated towards his thighs. He seems to have some acupuncture therapy going on there. Uh, Rocking the sandals. I can appreciate that. What else we got some big jewels. He's a bling man.
He's blinging. They are
He is
pretty blinging.
blinging. He's
Yep.
blinging pretty hard right there. Also rocking the large earrings.
All
But
right.
he has a nose piercing instead of a lip piercing. I understand.
That's actually kind of relevant to the plot. I'm surprised you noticed
Ah,
those.
all right.
This
I'm
is
such a Joe fan.
this is definitely not pronounced ACDC.
I bet it's AC/DC.
Yeah,
Uh,
kinda.
S
I
E
think
S E
Essie Desi.
S E S E S E D S E D C
Essie Desi.
S E D C
Alright,
S E D C S E
what's
D C.
next? It's part three, Stardust Crusaders.
Stardust
So,
Crusaders.
with stand characters, you're gonna have to name their stand and what their stand's power is.
Oh, only certain characters have stands.
Most of them do. I'm pretty sure all of them do.
Okay,
Like from
all
here
right.
on out.
Okay.
Alright. So here's
Uh-huh.
our main protagonist of part three, and the blue guy
Okay.
is his stand.
The blue guy is his stand. So is the stand him, or is this like an astral projection? Like, what
It's
are
a
we?
physical embodiment of his soul.
Okay. So that's like his spirit animal.
Basically. It's
Awesome.
like if it's like if a Pokemon trainer sent out a Pokemon, but the rival Pokemon trainer could also just beat up the trainer instead of the Pokemon. But the Pokemon's stronger because
Interesting.
it's a Pokemon.
Okay. Well, on the left at least, he looks primed and ready to conduct a train or something.
Yup, you
And then
are
and then in the
just like
middle one,
everybody else.
that's an action figure. He also has
Yeah.
two belts, and I don't like that.
One
Um,
belt's not enough.
if he, it's gonna be really hard to go to the bathroom with that coat on if he has to poop, so he has to take it off every time. Um,
Alright. Can you tell me a
uh,
little bit about his stand?
his stand, let's see. He really likes Machamp, so his stand is shiny Machamp with bling.
Shiny Machamp with Bling, that's good.
hmm
That's
Uh,
Jotaro Kujo. He is a
ah,
JoJo and Star Platinum.
but shouldn't that be a Joku?
Well, because Joe at the beginning and Joe at the end. Joe
But
Kujo.
he's Jotaro Kujo
Yeah.
Joestar, or is his
No,
last
no.
name
His
Kujo?
last name is Kujo.
So shouldn't he? We seem to be missing the second Joe.
The second Joe is a
Ah, Kujo. I understand.
yes,
No,
yes.
not that Joe. The Joe in the name. I
Oh,
get it.
yes. This guy has
We're
a
understandable. They
okay.
just didn't put the Joe at the front.
Yes, because his last name is different.
Got it.
Okay. Next character.
Mhm. Mhm. Um. Okay, so he's a general, and he likes scarves, as do many of the other characters, seemingly. He knows good enough to wear sunglasses during the day, though. So yeah. His stand. Um. Uh. Let's see. He he must have set up base in a mountain biome because he found emeralds and then pumped them into an iron golem. And uh,
It's just an emerald
it,
golem.
it
Yeah.
has it like that, and then he got the eyes. He must have had two like Meowth dolls because the little like coins is this thing's eyes. Yeah,
Yes,
so now
exactly.
he can see money with this stand and rob people. That's its
That's
deal.
the power. All right.
Uh-huh.
Noriaki Kakyoin and Hierophant Green. Yeah,
I don't really like teriyaki sauce.
he's he's wearing the same outfit as this guy. It's just green and open. It's a school uniform, apparently. I think
Oh,
it's
it's a
supposed to
school
be.
uniform.
Yeah,
How old are these characters?
17. I know Jotaro is 17. Pretty sure Kakyoin's probably around the same age. Yeah,
Oh,
his stand does shoot emeralds from his hand. He does like Hadouken, and then it's emeralds instead of Hadouken.
okay,
Yeah, alright.
sure.
He's a main protagonist. Here's another main
Ah,
protagonist.
oh, um, hmm. Well, it's like like you got backpacks, but then you got like the backpacks with one strap. He did that same thing with a tank top. Uh, and then his what's up with his hair? Like I'm
Yeah,
trying
his
to
hair
put
is
this
pretty
into
up, isn't
words.
it?
Like it looks like it could like you could use it as like a level. Like if you can't set this man upside down on something without him tipping over, that surface is not level. And then he likes fencing, it would seem. So he made like a little Rock'em Sock'em robot to do fencing
He is
for him because
French.
he doesn't want to mess up his hair while he's Frenching, you know.
French
Fencing.
Frenching.
So like he's got to keep his hair nice. So he made a little robot man to fence for him, and then
All
he
right.
lit on fire.
Yeah, I think that's just because he skewered some hot meat. His sword
Ah,
doesn't actually go on fire.
okay.
Yep. This man's is Jean-Pierre Polnareff with Silver
Jean Pierre.
Chariot, and I skip a main protagonist because his stand is kind of boring. Here's a main protagonist.
It's my cousin's dog, except it's hmm.
Is the IQ above or below sea level?
I feel like this dog is either like 10,000 IQ, or it's like so stupid to the point where it accidentally made this thing and now it's like taking care of the dog. I don't really know. It's got some big feather boys going on.
What do you
Also
think? What?
wearing sunglasses in the day, which is nice.
I don't think those are sunglasses. That's just
That's
his
too bad.
eyes. Yeah.
Nah, he's welding.
Yeah. Okay. That's a welder's mask. Yep.
Yeah, it's a welder dog, except he doesn't have thumbs, so he made a big robot that also doesn't have thumbs, so he still can't weld, and that's why he looks so sad.
So the dog's name is Iggy. His
The
stand is
fool.
the Fool. His stand manifests itself from sand. It
Okay.
just kind of attacks. It can kind of fly too. It's a hang glider at one point. Iggy's character arc is he likes to chew hair, and he farts when he chews hair, and he likes coffee flavored gum.
Can you define the word character arc?
And no, I cannot.
I
Here's our antagonist.
okay. It's, uh it's so he's in second grade. It was arts and crafts day, and the teacher passed out like 10 of those little heart candies to every student, and then they got to make crafts with them. So he decided to cut out some like construction paper strips and make a little headband out of it. And then his dad is a jester, and he wore his shoes to school.
Yep. It's about
Um,
right. Yeah.
he also has knives, and he's now being escorted out of the school because, as we all know, that's illegal.
You can't have
But
knives. Yeah.
but then he didn't like that, so he summoned him.
Him.
He just looks like some like generic superhero.
He
Like that. That's
really
what the,
does.
like if you like you go ask little Timmy like draw a superhero. This is what he's gonna look like. Just like muscly, kind of some armor or something, sort of,
With a
and then a
mask.
mask.
With the mask. What do you think his stand does?
Uh, does it like turn people to gold or something? I don't know.
Okay, so we're saying this is second grade Timmy and his stand is King Midas. Is that the
Yes,
final
yes,
answer? All right.
that
So
sums it up.
this is Dio. He was left out of
Okay.
part one because part one Dio is kind of boring because he's only a vampire, and it's
Of
capitalized
course.
because his name is case sensitive because part one Dio is lowercase and part three Dio is uppercase.
Why?
Because it's different
Did he
because
like
he's
forget
not.
his name and he had to like reset it through his email or something, and it couldn't be the same name he used last time?
he he just kind of like isn't very much a vampire anymore because now he has a stand, and his stand is the world. It stops time.
Sure,
Yeah, yeah.
sure.
Stops time and
I,
lets him throw all those knives.
I suppose.
Yeah.
Okay.
Who's next? This, yes.
What am I looking at?
So,
So,
the monkey is the user, and the boat is the stand.
okay. So first of all, this is no longer a monkey. This is like like a monkey and like a platypus got into like a relationship and started like a clan 10,000 years ago, and then they just inbred, and we eventually ended up with this thing.
It's an orangutan.
It's an orangutan.
Yes.
Okay. He he's a captain. He
He is a
captains
captain.
his soul boat.
Yep.
His Can he sail on his boat?
Yes.
Does he have to control it with the weird food Rubik's Cube?
No, that he just has a
Shame.
Rubik's cube because he's a smart monkey.
It seems though that somebody stole his Rubik's Cube and he punched them though, so now he's in jail and he's sad.
Well, he was actually in jail on the boat.
He was in jail on the boat, but is it
Yes,
not his
it
boat?
is his boat. That's
Get out of jail. Can't he
he
just
does.
de-manifest the boat?
Yes, he does get out of jail. Do not worry. This is Forever, and his stand is Strength. That is an orangutan named Forever.
Is he immortal?
No, definitely
That's
not.
that's just
It's
that's
just his
just
name.
his name?
Yeah,
Uh-huh.
his stand is strong though, so I mean I'll give him that.
It's just a boat?
It's a boat.
It's just a boat.
Well, he can control every part of it. So like he can even make the walls punch people, so yeah. He can make
Uh-huh.
those big hooks kind of impale someone at one point.
Uh-huh.
Yeah. Next guy. Yeah.
Uh-huh.
Handsome man.
Handsome man. Um,
This is the first time I need to put two names because his name got trademarked. His stand isn't. The stands are based off the tarot cards.
what is he looks familiar, but I can't think of who I'm thinking of. I don't know. He's he's like you know,
Yep, he's
you
that.
he's like trying to be cool, but like he's a pussy and he doesn't want anyone to realize it. So
Absolutely.
to
You hit the
mask
nail on its
that,
head.
he created Fetus Cthulhu Cyborg. And tell me what else that could possibly be. It looks like there might be some like scorpion tossed in there with the claws, I guess. But yeah,
I like Fetus Cthulhu a lot more.
it's I think it's Fetus Cthulhu.
That's what they should have named it.
Hmm.
He is Dan of Steel in English and Steely Dan in Japanese, and his stand is the Lovers.
The Lovers.
The Lovers.
Are those two different fetuses, or it's just called
No.
the
Well,
Lovers?
it's he can like multiply it kind of, but what he does is they're really small, and they went into one of the protagonists' head, and is now
Ah, I
scratching at
thought
his
that.
brain.
I was gonna say I thought that looked a little fleshy in the background there.
Yep. And
Okay.
any damage you do to Dan of Steel gets reflected like tenfold into the person that whose head his stand is in. Yeah.
Interesting.
That's a thing that happens. Hard to
Okay.
explain, but yeah.
Um. Um. Okay.
No thoughts? It's kind of
I'm trying to think here. It's like he's got the same energy as those like twins in Okonkwo, who were just gonna get tossed out in the pot. Except one of them dies, but then this one didn't from sheer willpower, and now he's grumpy that his twin died. Um, and now he somehow has the knowledge of like a 30-year-old man, but he's still grumpy because he's like a baby, you know. So
Right.
he just decides to use the deathly energy of his deceased twin and conjures up um, the Clown Reaper,
The Clown Reaper.
the Clown Reaper,
Clown
so he
Reaper.
can go reap the clowns of his
So
village.
this character doesn't actually have a name. He's just called a Mannish Boy because he's a Mannish
Accurate.
boy, and his stand is Death 13, who only attacks in dreams if they fall asleep near him.
Uh-huh.
Yeah.
So he's Darkrai.
Yes. Yes, he's Darkrai.
Okay.
Here we have this guy, and I need to tell you that the gun is the stand.
It's high noon. They just like
It's high noon.
needed another character, and like someone in the office was playing Overwatch, so they got fucking whatever his name is. I don't
McCree?
even know.
McCree.
Yeah,
That's
McCree.
his
That's how
name.
much I don't play Overwatch
Yep.
or that character. Um. Okay. He also likes Steve Irwin though, it seems, and really long cigarettes. Is that a? I was gonna make a funny joke from removing the et from cigarette, then I just realized that that's cigar.
That's. Yep.
So,
All right.
yep.
It's about all there is, huh? He
Uh
is whole horse, and
oh,
his stand is the Emperor, and it
the
can
Emperor.
shoot things. It shoots bullets that then can be controlled. They can like
Smart
turn.
bullets.
Yes.
He can just buy those from China. He doesn't need a stand for that.
What? Okay.
Smart bullets are real, dog.
Really?
They're coming. Yeah.
Dang, that's pretty
It's
neat.
a prototype. Yeah.
Okay. Anyway, next character. These are two characters, and they have two stands. The short kid, his book is his stand, and the tall guy is just Zoroark.
Oh, okay. Uh, I do like Oingo Boingo. My favorite manga, I would presume. Um,
You're gonna hate this.
they're like they're growing up in the streets of Detroit, right? And then uh, that's all I got.
All right,
I don't know.
they're just thugs. They are
I
Oingo and Boingo are their names in
Zenyatta.
Japanese. Yeah, Zenyatta, absolutely. Uh,
Doth.
Thoth. Basically, the book just predicts the future. Well, it tells the future. It tells them how to win in the future. It's just like
So it's a book of themselves,
it's
and
a
so they
book
can
of
read the book.
themselves, and if they read the book and do exactly as it says, they win. And then
Huh.
tall guy can just make himself look different. That's all he does.
Uh-huh.
Who's next? Part 4 is next. Diamond does not crash, as they say. Here's our main character.
Hmm. Okay. So it's James Charles
Yes. Yes, it is.
and diamonds. I would assume that that diamond is quite unbreakable.
All right. Yeah.
Um, um, he likes peace and
He was in
hearts.
the same grade as Dio, so they also got the heart candy. It's just that Dio stole all of his. So now like he's
Ah,
only got like a couple left.
correct,
Yeah.
yes. But then he
So
used one, but like he condensed the ones he had into a diamond,
yep. He's
and
that
with
strong.
his sheer force of his uh ass that is
Large.
protruding.
Yes. All right. This is Josuke Higashikata. He is a JoJo, and his stand is Crazy Diamond. Um,
Naruto will get him back.
I think I think I remember hearing that like can be like the skay can be pronounced Joe or something like that. I think.
What?
It's Japanese letters. Yeah, it doesn't matter. Uh,
Josuke?
yeah. Crazy Diamond can rearrange things and fix them.
Huh.
He also punches pretty fast.
It would seem.
It does seem. All right. Next up, we have this fucker.
You so like you went on a trip to Japan, right? But
Right?
all you have are some fresh dollar bills, and you need some yen. This is the man you see. And then he summons his money jutsu, and with his palm spiders, the little spiders take your money into him to exchange it for the yen, and then it brings it back out. And then you can enjoy your trip in Japan.
Yep. So he just hangs out at airports and he
Hmm.
does currency exchange.
Yeah, yeah.
All right. That's great. He's Okuyasu, and his stand is the hand. His right hand scrapes away space. Things that his right hand touches don't exist anymore.
Huh.
You'd think he'd be more powerful in the show, but he's kind of just not.
Is air not touching his hand?
Yes, and he can scrape away air to bring things far away closer.
I guess that would work.
Because they explain it in the show that like the things around the place that he scraped away just kind of fill it in.
I mean, yeah, if you like just delete some air, it's gonna get filled in. So I guess if you just make like a vacuum, then it's gonna suddenly be getting pushed towards you, I suppose.
Yeah, that's how that
Huh.
works.
Interesting. I hope someone gets that can off of his head soon, though. That looks uncomfortable.
Yeah. All right. Here's his brother. His brother has a really cool
Hmm.
stand, and unfortunately, he gets killed like really early on. But
Uh, he must see a lot of reposts.
he's got downvote earrings. Yep.
It also looks like he was sitting next to grandma while she was making a pie, and then she like as she moved on to the next pie, it was actually the top of his hair, and she just kind of like layered that all up too.
I I've never noticed that, but that does look like the
Um,
top of a pie.
uh, what's going on here? Are these like mummy
That's all his
soldiers?
stand.
That's all his stand.
All
Oh, I
his
found the rubber
stand.
band on the floor.
That's good.
Okay. I don't really know. Like they're ready. They're ready to shoot. Um, they have blue flames, which means they are controlled by Satan, if Blue Exorcist has taught me anything so far.
Okay.
Um, and there's tanks.
Yeah,
Also,
there's
presumably the tanks are zombies.
yes. Well, the tanks and helicopters are also part of his
Hmm.
stand.
Oh,
That's
and then
fate show.
he saw the no smoking campaign where the mouth is a USB port because it was an e-cigarette thing.
I, I wish I knew what you were talking about. That sounds terrible. That's a company of soldiers, and they are bad, so it is a bad
Worse
company.
company.
They had to change it to worse company in English.
He thinks he's really quirky, so he went to art school, only to realize that his bad Joker impression wasn't that good. So, to cope with his newfound depression from being bad at art, he makes a little paper mache friend, and then he makes a wastebasket child to tear her apart so that somebody else can feel his pain.
That's so sad. He's like he's a protagonist. Well, he's an antagonist at first, but it's a shonen, so now he's a protagonist.
Of course.
Um, that's Rohan Kishibe,
Hmm.
and he draws manga, and he can draw it in the air. And if you see his manga and it hits you, you turn into a book, and then he can read about you, and then he can write in you, and then you have to follow the things he writes in you. It's pretty cool. If I
Huh.
were to have a stand, I think it would be this one, so I could just like control anybody. So, yep, that child is being turned into a book.
That's pretty. So, do they ever get unbooked, or are they just a
Yeah,
book?
I mean, when
Okay.
he's just like,
So, like when he
"Heaven's door,
closes
come
them.
back," and then the book closes, and they're like, "Whoa, I can no longer attack you anymore because you wrote that in my face." That's the thing that happens.
Huh.
He just writes, "I cannot attack Rohan Kishibe," and then they just can't. They just miss.
Interesting.
It's pretty neat. I like this guy. I don't like this guy. You're gonna hate this when I tell you his power.
Um. Um. So his name is. I don't know. I can make some good Full Metal jokes, but I don't want to spoil it for you.
All right, that's fair.
uh, he looks like it's like a Karen, but then they didn't like being a Karen, so now they're just a goth Karen, and they really wanted to play soccer with you, but you had to do your no, you were playing your online multiplayer video game, but they asked you to pause it to play soccer, but then
Oof.
you didn't, so they started playing death metal. um, then they start jamming out, and when that happens, Alphonse Elric comes out and he's looking for his body.
All right. That's Ken. His
Ken.
I really just included him because his English name is Boys Man Man.
Boys Man Man.
Boys Man Man instead of
Why does
Boy to
look like
Man.
small girl?
Well, he is a small boy. His power,
Mm,
what he
hmm
does is he plays rock, paper, scissors, and every time he wins, he steals a third of your power. And if he wins 3 times in a row, he gets your power. Except he never does that because he loses 3 times in a row, which means he can't attack you anymore. He absorbs the power through the hole in his face.
Oh, that's a hole.
Yeah, it's a hole.
I
Yeah, it's
see.
not
I
a
was
mole.
leaning back and I thought that was a weird like teardrop tattoo.
Oh, okay, I can
Interesting.
see
So does
that.
he have to like swab it out with like a Q-tip every once in a
That's
while?
a good
Like,
question. They don't really expand on this kid, and that's probably for the better because his power is literally just to play rock paper scissors.
uh-huh.
All right, here we go.
Hmm.
This is not a stand user. I forgot about that. Well, yes, no, maybe, possibly. We really don't know. It's a minor character.
I don't know what it is, but my just like the first thought that popped into my head was Grayson.
Okay.
I don't know what triggered that, but something definitely triggered that.
All right.
Um, well, it would appear that it's a baby,
It is a baby.
but it's actually just a head, and but it's self-conscious about just being a head, so it uses its non-existent body to wear clothes. But then he also lost his eyes and the back of. Oh, it's just a face. Oh,
That's.
that's even worse.
Yup.
And then he's just really useless, and he's just the face. But then like you're kind of dying, and then he pulls out a baby Yoda and stops the space rhino from killing you. That's because he's using the force in that bottom picture you see with the two
Oh, yep.
fingers.
Yeah, he's using the
Hmm
force. Okay.
Yeah,
Yep.
obviously.
This is Octoon baby. He's invisible.
Octoon baby.
He
He's
can make things
invisible.
around him invisible. That's about it.
Uh-huh. Why is his face visible? Or did he paint the face
They
onto
put makeup
himself?
on him so that they can find him again.
Understandable.
Yep.
Uh-huh. Um, he is fast, given Speed King.
He is pretty fast. I think he can go like 30 miles an hour.
He has a hard time getting a job because of his face tattoos, and he just wants people to stop discriminating because he's actually a really nice guy. But he's also like a little kinky because he wanted to try on some fishnets, but the ones he found were like real fishnets or something, and then they like squeezed them and cut them up. Uh, he also stole eyes from a Meowth and can see money. He's friends with the other dude who can do that.
All right. That's Yuya Fungami with Highway Go-Go.
Ah, Highway Go-Go.
Highway
Does he
Go-Go.
go-go?
He does go-go. He the bits that's like chunks taken out of him that he just
Hmm
kind of like unravels and turns into feet, and then he runs really fast.
Feet.
Yep. Yeah, I don't really know either. That's a weird stand.
Uh-huh.
You're gonna hate this one because his stand is the tower.
Okay. Okay. So he's an entomologist, like the bug scientist, right? But he's
One
like
of those
ex
pronunciations, yeah.
yeah, he's like ex-Marine, and he's really all about like environmentalists and stuff. That's why he got out of the Marines, because they drive vehicles and that makes smoke or something. So he also, because of this, he doesn't like technology. Um, and so when he got his stand, God doesn't like him for some reason, so he gave him a cell phone tower as a stand. So this guy just has to suck it up and use it. And now if he wants to get around anywhere, he doesn't have his driver's license, so he zip lines.
Basically, uh,
Okay.
his stand is called Superfly
Hmm.
for some reason, and the his stand works against him because he summoned it, and now he's trapped inside of it, and he can't leave until someone else enters, and that's the rule. Also, if you scratch the steel with a knife through the conservation of energy, it shoots a laser that then bounces around and hits things.
What?
Yeah,
Why?
it's a weird episode or two. He does zipline though. He
Uh,
lives in the tower for a while because who would want to go into a tower that's just in the middle of nowhere? Here's this guy. This guy has two slides because he's really important because he's the main antagonist and this is all the same person and his stand is on the next because his stand is also like kind of three things. See how he's three things?
okay.
His stand is also three things. It's all the same guy though.
Okay. Um, so by day, he is a businessman with a fondness for hot dogs, and um, the hot dog man accidentally gave him a severed hand with it this time. He didn't notice, so he just kept eating. By night, he is a villain, and he announces this by putting small skulls onto his tie, and he, he kills people because he's a villain. And by mid morning, he's a scammer with slightly less threatening skulls on his tie, but with an even more threatening haircut.
So this is Yoshikage Kira, and he only wants to live a
Hmm.
quiet life, even though he's a serial killer with a fetish for hands.
He
Uh,
must. Is it because he has a dark past with Mario punching him?
no, he's
Oh,
just a serial killer with a fetish for
that's a
hands.
shame.
He so the one on the left is him originally. That's what he looks
Okay.
like, and then he almost gets caught, so he captures a stand user who basically just does instantaneous plastic surgery to turn him into the guy on the middle, and then he has to blend
Hmm.
in with that guy's life, and then one day he just puts dye in his hair, and now he's the guy on the right. I don't really know if there's a reason behind him doing that, but he just kind of does that.
Okay.
Yeah. So as you can see, the hands that he severs, he takes out on dates. So he's
Ah, is that what's going on
yep,
here?
and just kind of acts like the rest of the grill is there.
Uh-huh.
Even though this guy kind of turned him into dust.
Ah.
So the top two pictures are just kind of the stand. The blue thing on the right is a smaller part of the stand that he kind of shoots out and does things. And the thing on the bottom right is kind of an ability, not really a part of it, but it's just an ability. So tell me about this.
Okay. All right. So he summons a Sphinx warrior from the River Nile,
All
and
right.
it decided to fight for him because he gave it Fancy Feast. And
Fancy feast.
then he decides to have a staring contest with the cat, and the victor is still undecided. Uh, Meanwhile, uh, the cat also sees a small beetle tank. Um, mm-hmm. And then the Catman can also make a second copy of himself, but it's really small. So all it does is get in the way of the Bookman's deal and just kind of sits on the paper right where he's gonna write. And you have to like shoo him away if you want to write there, but then he might bite you, so you got to be careful.
All right, that's great. I really like it. That's Killer Queen or Deadly Queen, and the tank is called Sheer Heart Attack, and the ability in the bottom right is Bites the Dust. Anything Killer Queen touches can be turned into a bomb that is then remotely detonated, which is why this guy only the hands are left because he detonates the rest of them. And the little tank guy is it's not controlled directly by Kira, so it kind of has a mind of its own. It's heat seeking, and anytime it gets some heat, it blows up. Except it doesn't like kill itself when it blows up. It just kind of kills everything else around it. And bites
Ah,
the dust is really difficult to explain. The kid is the guy on the middle. The
hmm.
guy in the middle is dead. He gets killed, and the Kira kind of disguises himself as that with the plastic surgery stand.
Ah,
Right,
okay.
right, okay. So then he
Yeah.
has to blend into that guy's life. Well, the kid is that guy's son, and that guy's son is like, "Why is my dad weird now?" And like kind of tries to figure him out, and then he does, and then Kira's like, "You know what? I'm gonna give you my stand, and if anyone figures out who I am, they're gonna blow up." But also reverse time by 2 hours so they don't actually blow up. That's a pretty cool arc that happens.
Uh-huh.
It's neat. He's probably one of my favorite characters. Favorite antagonist for sure. But that's that. That's all I got. Thoughts?
Fuck is the show?
That's a good question. One could say it's kind of bizarre.
Oh!
As it is JoJo's Bizarre Adventure. JoJo
Indeed.
goes on an adventure, as you can tell, it's pretty bizarre.
I think I will take my leave because I heard the cat meow, which means my mother came in.
All right. Well, have a good day.
That was an experience.
That sure was.